Let's try to check the volume concept with another example. We'll try to use Jenkins. Now, before starting with Jenkins, we need to understand. We need to let's try to understand more about Jenkins as well. Walkthrough. We already had a walkthrough about Jenkins, how we can pull Jenkins, and Docker pull Jenkins is the command which we. So I already have Jenkins inside my local repositories. You see it's already there. Okay, so we are good with the pulling part. Now, if you scroll a little down, it will tell you the the it will tell you how you can use this Jenkins image without volume and with volume. So without volume, we have already checked um, Docker, and this is without volume. We've already had seen in the previous lecture. Now we will be working on with this part, the second part, where we'll be using volume, and we'll be saving all the data, which as you see here, this is the virtual file system of Jenkins, where they're persisting the data when the container is up. Okay, and now we can provide in any of the three formats. First, as you can see here, this gives you this explains us the example one, where we have to provide a physical path and directly map it to the virtual file system, and which as per this example is what we see. This is the physical path which is directly mapped to this virtual file system of the container, and we can also remove this and run this, or we can just provide a volume which we created which we create. We can directly provide the name of the volume here, and then Docker will take care of the rest. So this is the command that we can use to bring it up. So if you see in here, I've already brought I've already run the command. Basically, it takes kind of a little more time to bring up the Jenkins, because of which I have already run the command before the session. So now in this name, if you say, I have given the name to this Jenkins volume Jenkins 1, and then I'm using my volume 2. My volume 2, as you see, is one of the volumes which I have created, and it is directly mapped to the virtual file system of Jenkins. These are the two ports, 8080 and 50,000, 8080 and 50,000, as we have. And to understand how these two ports are being exposed, we have we have seen in the previous session that you can directly open the Docker file, and inside the Docker file we'll find which all ports are, how many export, which exact port is export for any of the container. So in this, if we see clearly, you can see the HTTP port is 8080 and the agent port is 50,000. These two are exposed, because of which we have we have mapped our local machine's port 8080 to the HTTP port of Jenkins, and also 50,000 of our local of our local machines post to 50,000 port of Jenkins for the agent port. So I've run this command. Okay, I've run this command, and this has run, and now after completion we can now directly go to localhost 8080, and we should see that the Jenkins should be up and running fine. Okay, so the run command is executed, and at last, if you can see that the setting agent port for Jenkins is this, and the finish download, and the Jenkins is up and running fine. Now the very first time when you run Jenkins, it will always ask for an administrator password, which you will get here. This is the administrator password that, please use the following password to proceed to installation. So it takes, once the when this entire the entire Docker run command finishes and the container comes up, at very last you will find this specific password. This you need to provide here. Continue. Okay, so we are inside Jenkins. Okay, so now we'll quickly try to create a job. Okay, so that specific job will be mounted to the volume, the volume that we have created in a backend, which is my volume 2. Okay, so we are going to, you need to, I'm just giving you a sample example how we can set a job. So I'm installing nothing. I've selected none. I'm installing nothing. Okay, and I'm also skipping, and I'm continuing as admin. Start using Jenkins. Okay, so we are inside the Jenkins environment. Now we'll quickly create one job. Okay, let for example test job. Okay, so this is test job testing. You don't need to select anything. Just add build step, execute a shell. Okay, and then we write lslrt. Okay, and that's it. We save. You can see when we go to Jenkins home page, we should see the job available. Okay, so we have this new job, test job created. Okay, now what we will do is we'll try to create another container, and then and that another container will be mounted to this same volume. Okay, this will be mounted to the same volume. We'll just change the name. We also need to change the ports, so we can change it to this. And for example, let's go to this. Okay, so now the next container is coming up. By the time it comes up, let's try to see Docker PS, and we see that two containers are up right now and two containers are up and running. Okay, so now this another container is, the HTTP port is 8081. Let's try to go to 8081. Okay, so now here as you can see, admin, and this specific container is not going to ask for the, one second, let's try to copy this password. So this is another container. We need to provide, we'll be logging in directly with admin, because the previous in here as well, the previous Jenkins instance we logged in as admin. So let's try to log in as admin itself. And as you see, this container of Jenkins also has the same job which this container had. You see, we created a job. Okay, we created a job in container which was hosted on port 8080, and this specific, the another Jenkins container, this is hosted at 8081, but they are sharing the same volume, because of which you see the same job is getting reflected in the other container as well. So that is the, that is the relevance of volume. You can share the entire data with n number of, n number of containers. You just need to while running, you just need to mount it with the volume to which wherein you have, okay, wherein you have the entire data stored, and launch the container, and you'll have the entire data available in that specific container too. That's it for volume.